Hi everybody, and welcome to 7-Figure Videos. This is a channel where I'm going to teach you how to build a big and successful YouTube channel using many of the methods that have worked great for me, as well as many of the other most successful YouTubers. So today's video is part 1 in the series, and it's going to be about content. Because on YouTube, content is king. You can have great titles and great thumbnails and great search words, but if you have bad content, it's very hard to be successful. When it comes to making great content, there's 6 rules I want you to follow. If you can follow these 6 rules, I believe you'll be very successful. But before I teach you these 6 rules, I want you to ask yourself 2 questions. First question is, what is my goal? What is the goal of my channel? Do I have a business? Am I trying to sell a product or service? Is my channel more entertainment based? I'm trying to get a ton of viewers and a ton of subscribers and make a bunch of money from AdSense and getting millions of views, getting product endorsements. So that's number 1, what's your goals? Number 2, you gotta figure out what value you're gonna give the viewer that they will continue to watch your videos and subscribe. Because if you're not given something in return, why would I subscribe to your channel? I subscribe to channels that either 1, I learn from that make me a better person or help me become more successful in business, or channels that entertain me and maybe make me laugh or teach me something interesting, and I go, oh wow, I like that channel, let me subscribe. So ask yourself those 2 questions first, and now let's get on to the 6 rules to making great content. Now when it comes to making great content and starting a channel, I always tell people number 1 is to start where you're at, with what you have. You might see some of the other YouTubers who are really successful making vlogs with these great camera equipment and great lighting, and they have like 5 different cameras, they have a studio, and they have all this stuff going for them, and you're thinking to yourself, there's no way I could do that. Like, I have a $10 budget and I'm just filming out of my cell phone. Well, you know what? Don't worry about it. Just start making it. And I'm gonna tell you a few stories why. Number 1, when I first started making YouTube videos, I didn't even have an HD camera. So probably all of you watching have a cell phone that already films in HD. So you're already better off than I was. So I wasn't even filming in HD. I didn't even have editing equipment, so I had to go out and find editing equipment to buy. And because my budget was so low, I was looking for quality editing equipment under $50. And by quality, I mean editing equipment that was easy to use, because I didn't want to spend a month trying to figure out how to make it work. So you just start where you are. I just wanted to film at a park. You know, I didn't have like a big studio or anything like that. And if you go back and look at a lot of the most successful YouTubers, one thing you'll notice is most of them, when they first started, their content wasn't really that good. Another example, actually probably the most successful YouTuber right now, this guy's blown up in the last year. He's got like probably 18 or 20 million subscribers by the time I upload this video. He first started when he was 12 years old making video game type videos where he was playing a video game. I mean, they weren't getting many views. But he evolved. He took the few dollars he made and put it back into his channel, and now he's probably getting like 10, 20 million views a day or something like that. So the point is, start wherever you are. It doesn't matter if your first videos are good or not, because you're gonna get better. And if you don't ever get started, you'll never succeed. My number 2 rule is do market research. And here's what I mean by that. Whatever niche you're in, study other people in that niche and in similar niches and see what's working and not working for them. For example, let's say you're in the makeup niche, which is a huge niche, but the top girls in that niche are making like 8 figures, 7 figures, and 6 figures a year. So it's a great niche to get into if you're in the makeup. And let's say you study that niche, and let's say you study maybe the top 5 to 10 makeup girls. And you say, okay, what is it about them that's making them so successful versus these other girls that are struggling? And maybe what you'll notice is that the girls who are having a lot of success are connecting with the audience better. Maybe they're sharing more stories. Maybe they're being more personal. Maybe they're being more real with their audience, and their audience is developing that connection with them where they view them as a friend, so they want to tune in and see what's going on with their life and learn about makeup. Versus maybe another girl who's not succeeding, all she's doing is maybe just teaching makeup. She's not really connecting with the audience. That's an example. I'm not in the makeup niche. If I researched that, I'd probably know a ton about it, but I'm giving these as examples. And maybe what you'll also notice about that niche is you'll find that some of the most successful videos in that niche are on certain topics. For example, maybe a video that's about how Kim Kardashian does her makeup, or Britney Spears does her makeup, or whoever the most popular celebrities are at the time is doing their makeup, are getting like tens of millions of views. And then maybe you'll find that when girls do videos like my morning makeup routine, it doesn't get many views. So then you now know, okay, let me do some videos about these celebrity makeups. And let me do a great job because those videos are getting tons of views. And that's the importance of doing market research, is in order to make the best possible videos and the most efficient possible videos. My next rule would always be to improve upon it. So when you study and see what others are doing, always ask yourself, how can I improve upon this? So here's an example. People used to go out and make these videos where they'd give like $100 to the homeless people, right? Homeless person, $100, whatever the video was called. Maybe it gets a few 100,000 views. So someone else came along and said, I'm gonna give a homeless person $1,000, gets like 1 million views. Someone else comes along and says, I'm gonna give a homeless person $10,000, gets 10 million views. And that's a true story. A guy did that. He's now like the biggest channel on YouTube. So my point of that is always see, how can I build upon what someone else has already done? Now, you don't have to always give homeless people $10,000 because most of you, 99% of you, that's not your niche whatsoever. But whatever niche you're in, see what other people are doing and ask yourself, how can I improve upon that? For example, myself, when I first got started about 7 years ago, there was a channel that was doing something similar to what I kind of wanted to do, and they're having a lot of success. So what I did is I studied that channel, I watched a lot of their videos, and I said to myself, how can I do better than them? What are the things they're doing great that I could do better than them on? And what are the things they're not doing well? Now, when I first started, my first 100 videos, like I said, were not very good, and all of their videos were clearly better than my first 100. But guess what? I stuck with it, I kept improving, and eventually I passed that channel up. I have tremendous respect for that channel because they helped me get started. And a lot of you new YouTubers, you have anywhere from 10 to 20 to 30 similar channels to you that you can model after and improve upon. So you're in a great position right now if you're just starting on YouTube. So my next rule is to try and experiment. Try different things. For example, when I started my channel, I was trying out all different types of videos within my niche to see what was working. And the funny thing is, some of them obviously didn't work good at all, so I didn't try that again. Some things work great, and I have several videos with millions and millions of views, and some of them are very different than the other ones, because sometimes you never really know what's gonna work. And this is why you always wanna try, you always wanna experiment. So depending on what kind of niche you're in. So let's say, for example, you're teaching piano, right? And you're in that niche, and your goal is to get people to watch your channel, and then you want them maybe buy a piano course or hire you for some Skype lessons or something like that. So what you want to do is you want to go do market research and do the other things I told you to do, and then start making piano videos. Maybe you make some videos where you play some popular songs, right? Whatever's popular at the time, and you play that with the piano. Maybe you also make some videos where you're teaching like basic fundamental piano skills. Maybe you're making videos you're teaching some piano, classical piano skills. You're trying a variety of different videos and you're seeing what's better. You're seeing what's connecting with the audience the best. Maybe you're even trying some videos where you're on camera talking, building that relationship, that rapport with the audience, teaching them some piano, but the video is a little more about you and your stories as a piano teacher. Try all those different things. You might find that the one you didn't think would be working great is the one that actually takes off for you, and your channel just dominates the piano niche because you're getting insane watch time and people are subscribing like crazy. So that's why you always have to try, you always have to experiment. There are some YouTube channels that have been around for many years and they're huge now. And if you look back and see what they were doing back in the day, they're doing something very different now because they tried the trial and error and they were finding different things that work better than others. So I always tell people this, try. And you might be thinking like, well, what if I try and my subscribers don't like it and I lose them? Well, guess what? The good news is in the beginning, you probably only have like 200 subscribers. So if you lose half of them, it's only 100. Like you could literally gain 100 back in one day once you start doing things right. For example, when I started my first channel on YouTube, I started off and I felt things were going slow. So I completely changed the channel, the niche, whatever you want to call it. I completely did a complete 360. I pretty much lost all my original subscribers, but because I found something that worked so good, my channel just skyrocketed and took off and went from like $0 to over $5,000 a month in 6 months. So this is why you want to do trial and error. And yeah, you might lose a few people in the process, but if you find the right thing that works for you, your channel can explode and you can have massive growth and be very financially successful. My next rule is YouTube is YouTube. If you are the star of your channel, if you are the person on camera, you need to also develop yourself in order to be more successful. Simply buying better cameras, better editing equipment, or putting nice pretty music behind your videos is not necessarily going to make your channel a whole lot more successful. You are. When you look at some of the channels that are really successful versus, let's say, other channels that are similar but not nearly as successful, many times you'll notice the film quality is great in both channels. You might also even notice that they're doing similar content. They both have great thumbnails and great titles. But sometimes the biggest difference is that it's the person on camera can develop a great connection with the audience. People are largely subscribing and watching your videos because of you. So you want to develop yourself. Maybe in your first video you talk too fast, you talk too slow, maybe your personality is kind of dry, maybe you're a little long-winded, but those are things you can improve upon. So if you talk a little too slow, just practice talking a little faster. If you're like me and you talk way too fast, you gotta slow it down when you get on camera. If you have a funny accent, or sometimes you slur your words together, I make that mistake, you gotta focus on talking a little slower and really pronunciating your words correctly. So those are little things that you can improve upon every single video. Your first video, you know what, like I said, try, it doesn't have to be perfect, just get it going. As you make more and more videos, develop that personality, develop that connection with the audience. Maybe learn a joke and tell a joke and have one funny video out of 1,000, you know? So develop yourself and develop the type of personality that makes people go, hey, I wanna watch that person's video because I like them, they're cool, and I like what they're doing. So YouTube is YouTube. And the last point I wanna make, which is one of the most important, is you wanna have fun, okay? Remember, at the end of the day, YouTube is YouTube. You are the star of your channel, you're the director, the producer, the writer, you might even be the cameraman. You're what makes your channel work, and you wanna have fun with it. Like, you've been given an amazing opportunity where you could literally make extra money, make money to pay all your bills, or even become a multi-millionaire making videos. I mean, that's an amazing opportunity. This is something our parents really didn't have, and our grandparents definitely didn't have. So you're in an amazing time where you can have fun making videos and make some money. So always have fun with it. If you're making content and you're just kind of like, I don't really like that, it's not fun for me, you know what? Try something different. Like, make it fun. Because when you're on camera and people see you're enjoying what you're doing, you're having fun, guess what? It reflects through the camera to the viewer, and they're like, wow, this person, like, they're having fun. Like, I like this person. Versus if you're on camera going, all right, I'm gonna show you how to make a YouTube channel, there's a big difference, right? So you always wanna have fun with it and enjoy the process, because you don't know where it's gonna lead. You know, when I first started my channel, my goal was only to make $260 a month, because that was what my car payment was, and I thought, well, if I can achieve that, it's like having a free car. So for me, I was having fun, and I thought, well, if I can have fun and get a free car, this is gonna be worth it. And of course, it took off, and I quit my job 6 months later. And there's a lot of other YouTubers, they start the same way. They're just having fun, and they do something, and it works, and they're making just more money from that one video than their entire job paid them that whole month. And they're like, well, let me do that again, and again, and again, and again. And that's a key to success, is have fun with it. Okay, so those are a few pointers on how to make great content. Now I have a lot more info I can give you in more videos. So like I said, make sure you subscribe, hit the notification button. I'm gonna tell you what actually works and what's working on YouTube from somebody who's has success and from somebody who also studies other successful YouTubers that you can learn from them. So hopefully I'll see you in some more videos, and have a great day.